Oh, we're live. What? Greetings, everybody. We are in the building for another episode of the Lyrical Meditation Cipher podcast. I'm amped. I'm excited because we have a young lion in the house. Been building, growing, creating in this beautiful ascension phase, and I was going to say your real name because Alexandra insists on calling you this. Byhaze has a new song out called Feel Good. You hear me? And it's something that we need right now. We need reminders to feel good. And so this is a very special episode. So I want to welcome you to the Lyrical Meditation Cipher podcast. I am Tony Blackman, one of your hosts.
And I am Alexandra, your other host. We created this podcast because we believe that hip hop is in alignment, or it can be, with healing, wellness, and transformation.
That's right. And here in this cipher, because we do have a cipher and you could have ciphers virtually, right? We're going to explore universal themes and topics related to personal growth and development like we always do. Each episode begins with a meditation, then there's a prayer, then we have a cipher, and then we have a conversation on the theme of the week.
And this week's theme is something I think that we can all relate to, which is navigating the art of feeling good in turbulent times.
Right. So, our special guest, Byhaze, the architect of holistic sounds, creates this content as an entrepreneur, as a healer, as a creative professional, as a teaching artist, as a teacher for us all spiritually, that is about the progression of our community through sonic healing, visual evolution, and artistic philanthropy. Do you hear me? Are y'all ready for this?
Yes.
I hear it. I hear it. You just got me gassed up. I'm trying to let it settle in, Sometimes you drop the mic. I was like, let me find it so I could pick it up.
Yeah. So I'm amped about this. And so listen, but every time we start, we always start with Coach Takia, our coach in residence, who kicks everything off with meditation.
Let us bring our attention to our breath. You can close your eyes or bring them to a gentle gaze with feet planted on the floor, feeling grounded, and give your focused attention to your breath. And as you inhale, allow the air to travel down and expand and fill every cell. Every cell takes an inhale of this fresh breath of life and exhales all tension that does not serve you in this moment. Inhale. Allow the air to expand the lower belly in a supple, soft, expansive way. And as we continue to give our focused attention to this breath, let us find the rhythm of this breath within us. And the rhythm of this breath is in the rhythm of our state, whether we feel good or we feel sad or we feel angry. Our breath will be in alignment with this rhythm. And the same is true if we intentionally set the rhythm of our breath. We can bring about more joy, more peace, more stillness. We can choose to feel good. Let us inhale deeply this breath of life and let it float to every corner of our bodies. How does this make you feel? Can you sense the flotation, the lightness? Find this new rhythm now. find this new rhythm. Let your body move if it desires to move in the way that aligns with this rhythm. And know that you can return to this place at any moment, any day, in any situation, and choose to feel this good.
Mm.
Let us inhale together and exhale together. 2 more, inhale together, exhale together. And 1 more time, inhale together and exhale together.
Divine Creator, we give thanks for this miracle of being alive, for all the times we get to feel the sensations of nature on our skin, of dancing in our bodies, as art, as the inspiration comes up from our soul, which is the you in us, to express that which is love. We give thanks for the pain and all the feelings and what it means to be alive in this existence. We give thanks to be here in this moment right now.
Ashe, amen.
Ashe.
Amen. Amen. Our woman. What? Come on, Takia.
Being present to body is to know. Ozempic for the soul. In dark, we lose sight and move slow. Being still moves light, the goal. A quark wrapped too tight still blows. So I practice letting go like a pro. Tan and fashionable. Everything is spinning out of control. It's the nature of winning to let it unfold. Change is underpinning, inevitable. Breathe, move, create. Only heart, please. No uppies, comfy shoes. Conscious about my plate. Eat peas, no cheese. I choose. Easy on me about mistakes. Choice is power. Voice is ours. Rejoice in now or reduce and cower. Induce poison flowers. Watch blessing shower. No pretense, perfect sense. Wildflowers never resent their scent. Their past life or most recent. Seed to roots, weed to shoots. Acceptance. No whining, no redo, no trying, just do. Beauty so imbued, it sees you and screams, I am, in sacred dialect, whispers sweet songs, ancestral check. Inviting palm to chest, lifelines intersect, ancient rhythms connect. The power of spirit upholds, no victim beholds. I remember this and take action that's bold. Being present to body is to know. Trust divine rotting and go.
Mm. The pictures of destruction, the myth of separation, identity's a scapegoat for our painful desperation. Fear locks up the body, our stories make or break. Will we create? Repeat yesterday's mistake? What does it take? Does it start with the breath? How can we dance when we feel so depressed? Where do we begin? It starts from within, but not without connecting to the things that make us sing, which is each other. We all need that mother in one another to nurture our future, all sisters and brothers. Believe it is possible and watch life unfold. Be unreasonable, forget lies you've been told, not too young or too old to make a difference. Dare to be joyful instead of indifferent. Happiness is not a rejection of pain. When we lead from our hearts, we rewire the collective brain.
Yes.
Just the other day, I turned on the screen. Couldn't really believe what my eyes have seen. A dad with his family that looks just like me. Gunned down and left for dead. And now I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't see any more lifeless bodies. Laying down up in the street, brought to life upon the screen. Legacy shifting to hashtags and memes. A sad after effect of white supremacy. An institution that's designed to keep us in line. Shackles dangling right from my hands right down to our minds. Every time you tell me that I'm free when thugs disguise as police defend men that hang on men from trees. Oh, please. I'm writing letters full of love. Writing letters to the being up above, hoping my yearning for peace and unity are answered. Hey, why, oh, why must people fight for a lie? We are equal, never placed on this planet to despise one another. We brothers, sisters, uncles, and cousins, all yearning for the same kind of loving. So just write a love letter. Just write a love letter. Oh, didn't do love letter straight from the heart. Fill it with light so bright that you can see clearly in the dark. From the heart, weave the words together, seamlessly creating new art, new art, new arcs, uprise past falls, until you reach a place of peace. Look into the sky and then you start to see me, see you, see white, see blue, all the clouds up above, and no one's to choose. Only positive vibes. Hey.
Ooh.
Yes, yes. Chaos all around, but I'm feeling so inspired. The problem's been lurking, yet my consciousness is higher. I never tire from pursuit of happiness, finding silver lining, breathing deep to move through all the stress. I do my best to keep my mind a healthy place, balancing my chakras. First, I start with the base. Give them grace because they know not what they do. Find my center, learning how to navigate from nothing but the truth. Authentically me is the way I gotta be. When I tell myself the truth, I set myself free, free, free. Freedom ain't free. Happiness a strategy. No more feeding tragedies. Move beyond the woe is me, woe is me. You're chosen to see. You got to grieve the old me, cause she don't live here no more. Finding new narratives can no longer carry this. Dropping old burdens, open up the space to soar.
Yes.
Well, y'all, mind over matter, gotta free my mind. I choose to feel good. My joy is by design. Staying grounded, staying strong. Yeah, I hold my ground in the face of adversity. I never back down. Got my self care rituals, keeping my spirit sound. Even when the world's spinning, my dedication's profound. Even when my laptop falls off the box, I keep it all flow with Tony Blackman can rock. Surround myself with love and with positivity, blocking out the noise, finding serenity. It's a journey, it's my mission, it's my destiny. I'm telling you now, self love is the key. You have the right to feel good, and you are enough. When they tell you otherwise, don't take no stuff. Navigating, feeling good in these turbulent times. Find joy in the chaos because the sun still shines. What?
Yes.
What?
Boom.
Ooh, yeah.
And
Yo,
you
you
have
supposed
a
to be
right.
bumping the mic all day. Is that the vibes? That's what we do here. Got it.
Yes, you are right at home.
Right.
Yes, yes, you have a right. You have a right to feel good. You deserve to feel good, right?
Absolutely. It's a birthright.
It's a birthright, right? And right now, I can think about 10 things off the top of my head that are wrong with this that's wrong with this world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible things. Horrific. And yet here we are. We are alive.
Right.
And I think the best way to start this conversation, because you have this song out, which I can't wait till we have the production capacity like to play music in the midst of it. But
Soon come.
I'll be sharing the link with y'all all week. But the artist's name is Byhaze. You can see it on the screen, Byhaze, and the song is called "Feel Good." And guess what? He felt so good. We even have access to the instrumental.
Yeah.
Ooh, sure do. Sure
I
do.
saw that. I saw that.
And acapella if you're feeling like you want to do a little remix, you know. Yeah.
Yes,
Come on, remix.
Yes.
I love it. But so how do you? You're an artist.
I think so. It's like I'll receive that because that ain't easy to
It's
be.
not easy.
Yeah.
So how do you maintain like your joy? Like how do you maintain your joy? How do you what's your
Yeah.
process? What do you do?
I feel like many things for different seasons. So for this season, uh, it's what I eat, what I consume. I like to eat my fruits, but also if I want some curry goat, I'm gonna get some curry goat. So I eat what I need, nourish my soul, nourish my mind. I'd move, whether it's dancing to music or dancing with my friends or walking. I try to get outside, and then I'd always ask myself, like, what is it that I love, and how can I make time to do those things? So
Yeah.
lately, I love producing and making remixes for my friends and dancing to them and listening to my creation. That's bringing me a lot of joy. And completing things, like, it's no better feeling than completing something and sharing it with the world, you know?
Yeah.
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 True.
I love how this topic was the art of navigating feeling good in turbulent times, because I feel like the art is really how we as a society can express ourselves and connect with one another. So my
Right.
question for you is, as an artist, how do you use your art to connect with other people?
Mhm.
And when do you ever find yourself having trouble making art because of all that's going on in the world? And what do you do in those moments?
Yeah, I definitely, I feel like my art is very communal. Uh, for years, I was doing community work. I got my master's in public administration, and in pursuing that, I created a nonprofit with my friends. So community organizing is an art. So I feel like that was one of the deep art forms that I was in. But shifting to music, even there, like, music is a communal process, from the producer to the engineer to the background vocalist to the writer. So I try to invite people in as much, and also, like, showcase that to my tribe, to make people know that it's easy to do so. Um,
Mm,
and I feel like in the times when it is hard, I'm not perfect. I do experience moments of lack of inspiration. I have to honor that. It's an ebb, it's a flow. We're not meant to be in full bloom all year. So when I'm not consistently outputting, it just means I'm cultivating and I'm cooking, you know? Something
mm,
is in the oven brewing. And if I take it out too early, you know, you might get sick if you eat it. You know what I'm saying? So I got to let you get it when it's ready, you know? I feel
Mhm.
like that's kind of the vibe.
What was your creative process? What is your creative process in general? Like
Yeah.
when you get okay, what's your creative process? Walk us through. Walk us through. Walk us through. Because you are a highly productive creative.
Right. So I'm an Aries. Let's start there.
Okay.
Loves to work. I do, and I also love to rest. But I feel like my creative process is rooted in fun. If I'm not having fun,
mm,
why am I doing it? You know, I look back at when we were children and we would play. I view my creative process as a play time and play period. Um, so when it comes to music and production now, I've learned to do Ableton. I just open it up and I like, I start to find sounds that I like. And once I find a song that I like and that makes me like emote and move, I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere. And then I start picking the sounds and just clicking around. And I really just think about, like, how am I going to move to this? And how do I want people to move to this? And
Mhm.
that's always a part of the process. Like, there's times where I create things, stream of consciousness, like sound bath stuff. That's always stream of consciousness. But if
mm,
we're making like a record that I want people to be a part of, I'm a little bit more logical and analytical. But again, we pray, we bring God into the space, make sure it smells good, and we make sure we're comfortable. You know, because if we're not comfortable, we're not going to be able to create something that feels good. So, like, feel good specifically,
Yeah.
so organic. You
mm.
know, the most organic song I've ever made. Like, we made that song when we met. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was our first intro. So it's
Yeah.
like our friendship ID card. So it only gets better from there, you know?
I love that.
Yeah. I love that you brought up movement. And I noticed when you started singing, everybody started moving. So
Hey,
you have that power to be able to move a room and move through difficult things. It seems like you're really good at cultivating your own space.
man.
So can you talk a little bit more about like the intention behind cultivating space to move through turbulent times?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like all of us, and firstly, thank you. That was, you know, gotta make sure
I'll be seeing.
right. You be seeing, you said, I'm gonna clock that. So I, I've been through some things in life, as we all have. Something I've most recently shared was like my losing my mom and growing through the grief of that. Because I think we grieve people, we grieve situations, and past lives. that can be like 2 years ago, like our old versions of ourselves. So I think with me, I've learned that art and creating through grief sometimes gives me tools and like gives me the language so that I can actually feel better. Um,
Mm.
and I think like affirmations was one of those tools. You know, I had I was like, I don't know, I need something. I need words to fill me up. Like I need reminders. And I started to share them. And then it became this like thing where people were also able to see I can create space for myself to heal by just speaking life into myself. Maybe I record myself and say it. And I was like, wow, you guys are really enjoying this. Let me make this into a track that you can literally just put in your wellness toolkit. And now it's
Yeah.
a part of your routine. Every day, you can just start your day with a repeat after me affirmation. And now it's become a thing. And I'm like, I love this for me. I love
Yeah.
it. Sorry, I just saw a little bee. Oh shoot, energy said, hey, I like that. I like that. But yeah, I try to give people tools and I think about it like that. Like what I want to use this, I create for myself and what do I need? And then I feel like it attracts the people who also need that. And then they may be able to put on their friends.
Has it always been that way for you? This undeniable spiritual thread that runs through everything that you do, or was that something that got developed out of kind of either traumatic experiences, or
Yeah.
like most of us, we have something that happens that shifts us, and we have a deciding moment to take
Yeah.
take a path.
Right. I feel like my life path has been like moments. It's like you thought you were done, baby, but I got another one for you. And I feel like I'm not exclusive to that. You know, I feel like that's all of our lives. It's just a matter of how we bounce back. So I think it was as early as maybe like that I can maybe think like 11. There was a scenario that occurred that really shook me up and
Mhm.
taught me to be a bit more independent, but also to get back to God. My dad's a PK, so I'm a PGK, right?
Right.
Preacher's grandchild, preacher's grandson. So I was always up in that Jamaican church for 5, 6 hours on Sunday. So I feel like I learned the power of music there and how music could move a room and singing abundantly and clapping can have people unfolding and healing. So I was like, wow, imagine what that looks like in a space when I'm making music. And, you know, I think doing that community work and doing the years of nonprofit work and connecting with kids and finding out that music is a vehicle to, you know, direct people to do things. Let's use that power positively. So I think that that's what happened. Like in college, I was in a hip hop duo. So here we go. Hip hop is always going to be the one. And
Yes.
it taught me like, oh, I could use this to like to teach and empower and actually like lead a movement. So why don't I try that with my music and singing and maybe lead people towards wellness and vulnerability and just like introspection? Because I'm always in my journal. I think that's where it started. I have
Okay.
journals upon journals,
Yeah.
like
Mm.
Yes. Stacks.
stack.
Stack.
I need to
Stack.
like digitize them at this point, you know.
So, so how do you think music helps us with our mental health?
Mm, I think it's very much one of the big keys. I feel like it's similar to food. I feel like music is like soul food and there's like junk food, you know? So it's okay to get a little chip every once in a while. You know, I love a kettle cooked chip, right? But if I'm eating kettle chips every day, now you're gonna start seeing them kettle chips showing up. I might start moving a little slower. So I think music is like that. We can have the soul food and enjoy it, ingest it, and allow it to transform us and heal us, but we just have to, you know, we have to seek it and find it. And I think as artists, we just have a responsibility to create for ourselves and also like, you know, for others. And that's kind of how I view it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have a gift, you can't keep it to yourself.
No, because your gift will take you places. And that's the other part. You put your gift out there, you don't even know that somebody else's freedom is on the other side of receiving what it is that you have to offer,
That's the
A
word.
word.
you know?
That right there is a word. Okay, I want y'all to hear that. Your gift is not just for you.
Mm-mm.
It's so much bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much bigger than you. You do sound baths and healing work in that way. What
Mm-hmm.
brought you to that? How were you introduced to sound baths,
Mm-hmm.
and how did you get started?
So it started with a nonprofit. I met this activist from South Africa named Michael Tellinger. He was an author, and my one of my board members, she essentially brought him. She was like, "You're on this tour. We need to do an event." So we met, and I was just like, and he was advocating Ubuntu, which means
Mm,
human kindness and compassion, South African philosophy made popular by Nelson Mandela. And he ended up writing a book called Contributionism, which was like, instead of capitalism, like, what if it was contributionism? And in the book, he had all these writings about like sound and the power of sound to like build mountains and sound waves. And if you look at like all these like spiritual practices and religions, we talk about the when God spoke, and we talk about the Big Bang, and when Krishna whispered, and this is always sound that is right before creation. So I got a little obsessed and dove down the rabbit hole and started learning about cymatics, and you can make sound shapes. So that's where I started. And then I was like, wait, sound bowls? And so I think it was probably like 2017, 2018. I finally had enough bread to get a sound bowl. And I got my first one, and I was just doing it for myself first.
mm,
Doing it for myself. And I'm just like, yes, I like this. And
mm.
then I started to invite my friends in, and I was like, okay, like I got you with a little sound bath here and there. And I think in the pandemic, people were like, well, you do the bowls, right? In your music. Why don't you do this on like Clubhouse or on
Right.
live? And so it started to expand. And once the world opened up in 2022, I had moved to California. And one of my friends was like, on my third week, she was like, hey, you do sound baths and workshops. Would you want to do some at Coachella? I was like, yes, I would, actually. Sounds like a good little trade, This is my third week out here. And it ended up just evolving. So I was like, wait, I went from doing these in my room to now doing these in front of like thousands of people, and people are crying now. And it
Yeah.
just, I just dove deeper and deeper. And I was like, wow,
Mm,
I could do
yeah.
this with guitar and vocals. And so I've just
Mm,
been really exploring and having fun with it. And again, it takes me places, and I'm really grateful to give people that like medicine, because we've been doing this in
yeah.
church, and we do
Yeah.
it every day. So
Yeah. You mentioned Ubuntu, and
mhm.
I wanted to make sure it's a word we hear a lot,
Right.
but I just Wikipedia the definition so that folks can be clear that it is sometimes translated as I am because we are. Also, I am because you are, or it's about humanity towards others. Um, oh, they're giving me the Zulu pronunciation, which I can't pronounce here. And the belief in a universal bond of sharing that which connects all humanity. And I think it's really important because we get that from your music. We get that from your music videos. We get that from your social media content even. And that you not only say it, you live it. Like you live it. And I think that's what's radiating for people who are enjoying
I received it. That chick, I just got some chills. That's how it touched my heart, because part of it was that mission was what brought us all together in that nonprofit. And I was like, I'm gonna keep this going,
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if there was always like a story they talked about, like one guy came to Africa, and he would give a kid in the village like candy, and he was like, I can't have this if my friends don't have it. So like I got to make sure that we have enough to share. So it's just like like a collective impact mindset, or just generally caring about other people. And it's simple, but I think the way everyone will get access to it is by people like us just living it and pushing it out there and showing people how easy it is. My
Yeah.
dad's gonna be in my videos. My friends gonna be in my
I
videos.
saw that. I love that. I love that you put your dad in your video. I love the content you create like
Thank
that.
you. I
And
try
it's important. I think it's important work.
Mm-hmm.
because what it does, it is an affirmation of our humanity, right? We
Mm-hmm.
all come from someone,
Right.
right? And too often we separate and we don't celebrate that. We don't honor that enough. We're talking about feeling good here on the
Hey.
LMC podcast with our special guest Byhaze, an amazing artist whose music you need to hear, you need to get into on all social platforms, on all the music platforms, on YouTube. You can find the music and the music videos, Byhaze. And I'm wondering, all of us, all of you, what do you do? What's one thing you do to feel good? What's one thing you do to cultivate happiness? Quickly, let's go.
Definitely movement. As soon as when I move, when I'm in really grounded in my body, I mean, it changes everything. No matter what happened earlier or what I'm doing next, I'm more centered and more myself when I have been embodied fully.
Mm. For me, it's getting in the flow state, doing a freestyle, and this is going to sound a little saucy, but orgasms, okay? You know,
So,
Hey,
breath work,
Yes,
feeling in
go.
your body, that sexual healing energy and feeling worth that pleasure gets me feeling energized and good again. It makes me feel less burnt out, less exhausted.
yeah.
So, yeah, have an orgasm today if you can.
It's
orgasm,
healthy.
I hope my family isn't watching this. If they are, then that's okay because
all
babies
you
are
need
new somehow.
is just an apple and an orgasm.
Doctor's orders. I feel like for me, it's definitely hydrating and eating. I just love me some food. You know, you get a nice meal or you cook the meal and then you eat it with
Mm.
somebody. Oh my gosh. I just love breaking bread. So that's the key to my heart and feeling good.
I definitely like cooking myself a nourishing meal, or maybe going somewhere new that I've never been. Maybe like hike hunting or hike jumping instead of club jumping. So going to different trails and finding different ways to explore places that I've already been in.
See, we got the same practices, Sancho. I'm like,
Yes, there's a lot of alignment.
I love a good trail.
Well, y'all love me. I love to get on a plane, so
Okay.
that makes me
Especially
very
somebody else paid for it, y'all.
happy. Yes, yes, yes.
Well,
But I take in all of the above. I like talking to myself, and I love creating. Sitting down to create, it takes me away, and I love being in the cipher.
Yes.
I love being in the cipher. And my book, Wisdom of the Cipher, is out now, available on Amazon.com. But
Yeah.
I love this idea of gathering in circles and creating together.
Mm,
And sometimes I don't even have to, I just want to be in the circle. Like
mm,
being around the energy of other people creating gives me the same fulfillment as I'm creating myself, right? Takia, can you help us understand when a person's having difficulty feeling good, right? Like right now, a lot of people they don't feel good. And they're dealing with what's going on in the world, what's on the news, from Palestine to the Congo to the Sudan, dealing with our economy here in the US, dealing with healthcare concerns and housing. Just walking out your door, seeing the number of homeless people increase. As like I told you, I'm a Virgo. I have a list of things to worry about. So I
Mhm.
could keep going, but I'm going to stop there. Takia, Coach,
Yeah.
what do we need? What do we need to do?
Honestly, we need to shift our focus because what we focus on expands. What we focus on grows. And so, if we want to create a world that is more in alignment with our hearts, more open and expansive and joyful and free and loving and all those beautiful things, and creating more circles like this and want this feeling to be in the world, then our focus has to be on creating that.
mm,
So often we focus on what's wrong instead of what's possible. And it's that focus that takes us down the rabbit hole into more and more of the same, right? It's inertia. So just the same way, and it can be just as contagious to give your focus to the things that are giving life and then take a step in that direction. Because all it takes is one step and the universe meets you. You know, everything that you want is on the other side of that shift in perspective.
Yeah. I think in addition to that, in addition to focusing on the things that we can create, I think community is one of the biggest things too. Just connecting with other people. Because we weren't born to be alone, you know, and I think it can feel very isolating when there's so much going on and we feel alone in our feelings, but we are all having these feelings. And I feel like when we can all see each other's humanity and see how we're experiencing being alive and we're all literally the same, we want the same things, we have the same like we all have the universal experience of being a human. And I think that focusing on that can also help us grow. And
Right.
I think, yeah, the art is part of it.
Yeah. We are not meant to do this life alone.
Yeah.
That's not what it is. And I'm wondering how you all want to close our conversation.
Affirmations might be good.
What's your favorite affirmation for feeling good? And what are the affirmations you use? What comes to your mind? Is there a mantra? Uh, what should our, by Hayes, what should our self talk sound like in
I got
order to
some. I
protect
got
our
some.
energy?
Knowing that I say I'm loved eternally all the time, that means like I'm loved in this life, the past life, the next life, by
Mm,
things and forces seen and unseen.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
loved eternally. Everything that I need needs me. You know, so we don't need to. Anything that's seeking us is also seeking. Anything that we seek is seeking us. So it's kind of
yeah.
like energy. And then another one I love to say is I receive my blessings with open arms
Mm,
because the blessings are here. They're
yeah,
just waiting for us to be receptive. The palms got
yeah,
to be open to receive them. So those
Mm.
are three affirmations I think
Yes.
we could walk with, lead with, and hopefully they just create more joy and bliss in the world because
yeah,
that's all I want to see. You know, that's all I choose to see.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
I am open to receiving more good than I could ever imagine.
yes,
I am life.
yes,
Life is as I am.
yes.
I choose freedom. I choose love.
Mm,
I choose joy.
mm,
There is nowhere God is not.
mm,
I am a pure expression of all that is good.
yes.
I receive my birthright of happiness, my
Hmm.
birthright of life,
Yes.
pursuit of continued expansion. I am.
I am.
Mm.
Yes. I am worthy of love and happiness. I trust in my ability to overcome challenges. I deserve to feel good and to feel joy in every aspect of my life. I claim my joy. I call back my power. I am surrounded by positivity and good energy. I breathe in abundance. I exhale beauty and prosperity. I'm grateful. I am grateful for the many blessings that are coming my way. I feel good. Yes,
Mm.
I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. Let us choose to feel good. Let
Yeah.
us continue to feel good. And
Yes.
what would make us feel good? If you go ahead and stream, buy, listen to, watch by Hayes. There's a lot of complaints about what's wrong with music.
Right.
And we complain about these artists, we complain about the award shows, we complain. But next time you complain, ask yourself, what am I supporting? What am I uplifting? What am I promoting? What am I doing? What
Mm.
good am I putting out into the world? And so when you find an artist that you like, share them with your friends. Tell people about those artists. That's how we can change the world. And these artists are putting in work, yo. It's so many good artists. There's so much good music available to us right now. Look for it and you will find it. All right. So we give thanks for you, Byhaze. We give thanks that you have honored your calling.
Thank you for having me and putting a light on that record, Feel Good. I want to shout out Safa,
Yeah.
the female vocalist on the track, because it would not be anything without her. You know,
Yeah.
she really brings it every time. And I can't wait for y'all to hear what else we make, you know? So just like, we got some things coming, you know? But thank y'all for having me.
Yes.
And I really, really love what y'all do, you know? Ciphers are like how I was taught to really find my flow as an artist. So y'all just keep it going. Like, don't stop. Can't stop.
Don't stop.
Won't
Get
stop.
it. Get it. Yeah. Shout out to Pa. Shout out to the woman's voice who's on the track and who's creating and inspiring alongside you. Um, this is the Lyrical Meditation Cipher podcast, and we want to thank all of you for listening. We are building. We are in a transitional phase. We are changing up some things. We are learning and growing while dealing with life. It's not
Yes.
easy, but it's always worth it. So we are here to do the work. As you know, my whole life has been dedicated to the Cipher. Freestyle Union Cipher Workshop celebrates its 30th anniversary this year. And I'm both proud and hopeful about what is to come. And so thank you again, Byhaze. And thank you for joining the podcast where we breathe.
We spit and we
And
vibe.
We vibe. We breathe, we spit, and we vibe. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Ooh, I
All
haven't.
right, y'all. Thank you. Thank all of you who shared the last episode. Thank you for watching. We're seeing the numbers go up a little bit every week. So continue to share and support. If you have a particular topic you want us to discuss or to have a cipher on, hit me in the DMs. And until next time, until next Monday, peace. Have a
peace and
great
love.
and
Peace.
happy space.
Peace.